"Take her away. She is yours now," the wicked stepmother laughed, snatching a heavy bag of pure gold. Nia screamed and fought furiously, but the guards dragged her into the dark carriage, while her cruel stepmother counted the coins without remorse. Who was this mysterious, wealthy master hidden behind the golden mask? And why did he buy a poor village orphan? The carriage vanished into the misty, forbidden forest, traveling toward the forbidden Black Mountain Fortress. The carriage came to a sudden halt before towering stone gates of a hidden estate. Towering baobab trees whispered ancient secrets in the cold wind. Nia stepped out, trembling in fear as shadows danced along the walls. The guards stood motionless, like stone statues, refusing to speak or look her in the eyes. In the grand courtyard, strange silver lanterns illuminated carved tribal totems that seemed to watch her every move. A heavy iron door swung open on its own, revealing a long hallway lined with silk tapestries, leading into the heart of the mysterious master's secluded sanctuary. Inside the grand hall, Nia saw tables filled with untouched exotic fruits and roasted meats, yet no servants were in sight. The silence was deafening, broken only by the crackling embers of a roaring fireplace. Suddenly, a figure draped in deep crimson robes stepped from the shadows. His face was entirely concealed beneath a polished golden mask representing a roaring lion. His presence was commanding, yet surprisingly gentle. Nia fell to her knees, bracing herself for cruelty, but the master did not strike her. Instead, he gestured warmly toward the feast, inviting her to sit and eat peacefully. "Do not be afraid, Nia," a deep, resonant voice echoed from beneath the golden mask. "You are not a slave here. You are safe from the cruelty of your village." Nia lifted her tearful eyes, confused by his unexpected kindness. Her stepmother had described him as a monstrous beast who devoured maidens. Yet this wealthy man spoke with profound grace and sorrow. He handed her a bowl of warm broth and a carved wooden cup filled with pure spring water. She ate greedily, having starved for days under her stepmother's abusive and neglectful roof. The masked master showed Nia to a beautiful room adorned with soft furs, colorful woven blankets, and glowing oil lamps. "You may wander anywhere in this palace," he declared calmly, before turning to leave. "You have complete freedom to explore the gardens and the great library. However, you must obey only one strict rule. Never enter the northern tower after midnight, and never attempt to remove my mask." Nia nodded obediently, grateful for the shelter. But as the door clicked shut, her curious mind wondered what terrifying truth was locked within that forbidden high tower. Days turned into weeks, and Nia's life transformed into a peaceful existence she had never known before. The master provided her with elegant dresses, golden jewelry, and endless scrolls of ancient knowledge. Every evening, they dined together across a candlelit table, sharing stories of the vast savanna, ancestors, and celestial stars. Nia discovered that behind the cold metal mask lived a brilliant mind, a poet, and a gentle soul. She no longer feared him. Instead, a deep affection began to blossom in her lonely heart, though his hidden identity remained an unresolved mystery. Meanwhile, back in the impoverished village, Nia's greedy stepmother had already spent all the gold on expensive wines and worthless trinkets. Driven by insatiable avarice, she wondered if Nia was still alive, or if the rich master possessed even more wealth to extort. Disguising herself as an old herb seller, the stepmother journeyed secretly through the treacherous thorn forest toward the Black Mountain. She climbed the steep rocky paths until the grand fortress appeared before her eyes. Hiding behind ancient stone pillars, she waited patiently for an opportunity to infiltrate the silent palace grounds. One bright afternoon, while walking through the rose garden, Nia heard a familiar raspy whisper calling her name. Turning around, she gasped in horror to see her wicked stepmother emerging from the thick bushes. "My sweet child, I have come to save you from this demon," the stepmother lied with fake tears. Nia stepped back coldly, refusing to embrace her. "I do not need saving," Nia replied firmly. "The master treats me with honor, dignity, and true love, unlike the cruel slavery I suffered in your miserable home." The stepmother sneered with venomous jealousy upon seeing Nia's radiant skin, luxurious silk garments, and glittering gold necklace. "He is deceiving you, foolish girl," the wicked woman hissed, planting poisoned doubt into Nia's mind. "He hides behind that golden mask because he is a monstrous beast who eats the souls of innocent maidens at midnight. If you do not uncover his true face tonight, he will devour your heart before the dawn arrives." The stepmother thrust a small bronze mirror into Nia's trembling hands before vanishing. Echoed persistently within Nia's restless thoughts like a swarm of angry hornets. That night, dinner felt heavy and awkward. The master was attentive and kind, as always, carving tender roasted fowl for her plate. Yet Nia could barely swallow a single bite. She stared intently at the emotionless golden lion mask, wondering what horrific deformity or dark curse lay concealed beneath its polished surface. Her heart pounded violently against her ribs as the grandfather clock slowly chimed, signaling the approach of the forbidden hour. Deep, echoing chimes that shook the very foundations of the ancient stone castle. Nia crept silently out of her bedchamber, holding a flickering candle in one hand and the bronze mirror in the other. Her bare feet made no sound against the cold marble floor. Disobeying the master's only command, she climbed the winding spiral staircase leading to the forbidden northern tower. The air grew progressively colder with each step, smelling intensely of burning rare herbs, mountain smoke, and ancient ancestral spiritual magic. A heavy oak door stood slightly ajar, casting a warm, golden beam across the floor. Nia peered through the narrow crack, holding her breath in sheer awe. Inside, the master was kneeling before an ancient stone altar adorned with glowing mystical crystals. The golden lion mask lay discarded on a velvet cushion beside him. Nia's eyes widened in profound astonishment. He was not a hideous monster at all. He was the most handsome young prince she had ever beheld, with radiant skin and eyes like stars. Nia accidentally leaned against the door, making the rusty hinges creak loudly. A hot drop of melting wax from her shaking candle fell upon the prince's bare shoulder. He gasped in pain and spun around instantly, locking his sorrowful gaze with hers. The mystical crystals on the altar shattered into thousands of glowing fragments with a deafening crack. "Alas, Nia!" he cried out in agonizing despair. "Why could you not trust me? My curse was only 7 days away from being broken forever through unconditional love." Tragic fate, as a powerful wind began swirling violently around the chamber walls. An evil forest sorcerer had cursed his royal lineage, forcing him to live disguised behind the mask until a maiden loved him for his pure spirit alone, without seeing his royal countenance. Now the dark curse claims me once more, Kofi wept bitterly as black, mystical smoke began enveloping his legs. I must vanish to the distant mountain of shadows beyond the scorching desert. You will never see my face again unless you walk through fire. In a blinding flash of golden lightning, Prince Kofi transformed into a magnificent golden eagle and soared out through the open tower window into the stormy night sky. The magical palace began trembling violently, turning back into ancient, ruined stone walls. Nia fell to the floor, weeping bitterly in deep regret for her foolish mistrust. She realized that her stepmother's wicked words had poisoned her heart and destroyed the true happiness she had found. Wiping her tears, she vowed to cross the endless, burning desert to find Kofi and right her wrong. Nia journeyed alone through scorching, arid deserts, dense jungles, and jagged mountain ridges. Her delicate silk clothes tore into ragged ribbons, and her bare feet bled against the sharp rocks. Yet, she never gave up hope. Along the arduous path, she shared her last drops of water with a dying antelope and rescued a trapped sacred serpent from a hunter's snare. Touched by her unwavering compassion and pure devotion, the grateful forest spirits bestowed upon her a pair of enchanted copper sandals that could withstand any magical blaze. At the towering mountain of shadows, surrounded by a roaring ring of mystical blue fire that reached the clouds, at the mountain peak, Prince Kofi was trapped inside a massive cage of black iron thorns, guarding an ancient enchanted spring. Without hesitating for a single second, Nia strapped on the magical copper sandals and ran straight through the fierce inferno. The flames hissed furiously around her body, but her true, selfless love and the enchanted footwear shielded her completely from the deadly heat, carrying her safely to the top. Nia held Kofi's cold hands through the sharp bars, shedding warm tears of sincere repentance. "I am sorry for doubting your noble soul, Kofi," she whispered softly with deep devotion. "I do not care about your royal wealth or handsome face. I love you for the kindness and warmth you showed to a helpless orphan girl." Her pure tears fell upon the cursed iron thorns, causing them to dissolve instantly into fragrant jasmine blossoms. The heavy cage shattered into harmless golden dust, setting the prince free. The sky cleared, and Prince Kofi stood fully restored in his glorious royal form. He embraced Nia tightly, their hearts beating together as one harmonious melody. "Your unwavering love and pure sacrifice have destroyed the sorcerer's wicked spell forever," Kofi proclaimed with immense joy. Suddenly, a magical golden chariot, drawn by majestic white stallions, descended from the heavens. Kofi lifted Nia into the chariot, and together they soared across the vast African skies, returning in triumph to reclaim his ancestral kingdom from the dark forces. Stepmother had wasted away into bitter poverty. Consumed by insatiable greed, she returned to the ruined Black Fortress to scavenge for leftover gold treasures. As she greedily dug beneath the broken stone altar, she triggered an ancient ancestral trap. A massive chest opened, releasing a swarm of enchanted golden scorpions. The venomous creatures chased the terrified, screaming woman into the deep thorn jungle, driving her far away from civilization, doomed to wander the wild wasteland in eternal regret and endless misery. At the grand royal capital, where thousands of joyful citizens celebrated their prince's miraculous return with beating drums, flutes, and vibrant dancing. Kofi crowned Nia as his beloved queen, before the cheering kingdom. The palace was filled with laughter, abundance, and unity. Nia used her royal power to build schools, shelters for orphans, and granaries for the poor, ensuring that no innocent child in the entire realm would ever suffer from neglect, starvation, or cruelty again. Loving people, Kofi and Nia ruled the prosperous land with boundless wisdom, justice, and deep compassion for many peaceful decades. The legendary tale of the orphan girl who saw past the golden mask and conquered dark magic with pure loyalty became an ancient song whispered by tribal elders around village fires across Africa. Their enduring love proved that appearances are fleeting illusions, but a kind, selfless, and faithful heart possesses the power to overcome the darkest curses in the world. Beauty and worth are found within the purity of the heart, not in outward appearances or wealth. Greed and mistrust lead to destruction, while genuine love, faith, and kindness can overcome the greatest curses.